Everyone, Jeff here. Wanted to post a new video update or vlog, and as usual, I took maybe out for a walk and recorded the whole thing, and then while I was editing, I just didn't really like it. As of right now, though, it's raining, so I can't take that walk. What I thought I would do, though, is set up this intro here out in the backyard first, and then over the audio, I'll play some of the drone footage I've captured lately over the neighborhood. And if I need more time, maybe some of the stuff I got out in Clovis. There's a lot of construction going on at Kristen's parents' place, so they've got a whole street shut down that I took the drone over a couple weeks ago. But I'll play that footage over the audio of the meat of the update, and we'll see how that turns out. At any rate, here it is. And thanks again for watching. So I guess the first update would be the surgery, it's been a month plus now. Everything seems to be okay. I don't really have any pain anymore. There's some in the morning, but that's because I'm a rough sleeper and I toss and turn a lot. But the doctors are taking care of me, and I think my shoulder and arm pain, hopefully now, are a thing of the past. The surgery seems to have, so far done the trick, but we'll obviously keep watching it and see what happens. But I'm thankful that part's over, because that debilitating pain every 6 months or so was not fun. But I'm glad to see it in the rearview mirror finally. So in comic book news, there is another private signing that I got some books out for. CGC, the company that does grading, if you're familiar with my old posts, they're the folks that will grade and encapsulate your comic books for you to keep them preserved, or in theory, keep them preserved. I like graded comic books a lot. Some people in the collecting community don't like them. They think that, comic books should be free and you should be able to read them. And I don't know. I'm all for preserving some stuff. And, there's no wrong way to do things in this hobby. That's the nice thing about the hobby. So the private signing this time is artist Peach Momoko, who is a rising star in the scene and one of my favorites currently. She does a lot of variant covers for books, and her art style is very painted and watercolory, very Japanese inspired. She, of course, is Japanese. She's also doing a series for Marvel called Demon Days, where she kind of revisualizes the Marvel universe through Japanese culture and mythology. So you'll get Marvel characters, in other forms. It's very much worth checking out. I'm not going to do it any justice by trying to explain it here, but it's available on Marvel Unlimited, the app. If you have that, there should be a collected trade paperback out soon if there's not one already. I'm not really sure about that, however, but she's definitely worth checking out. I've got quite a few of her covers, and it was a pain to try to narrow down just a few to send in, because it's not super cheap, but it's for someone like, well, in this case, Peach Momoko, someone whose art I really like, it's worth sending a few in to have her sign and graded. And the company involved, CGC, they will not authenticate signatures unless they witness them. So what'll happen is I'll send in the books, she'll sign them, then they'll go on to be graded and sealed up and sent back to me. One of the ones I'm sitting in has already actually been graded and encapsulated, and for that one, what they'll do is they'll reopen it, she'll sign it, they will regrade it, and then they'll send it back to me, re-encapsulated. I'm hoping it'll come back with the same grade, but there's no guarantee. The other 3 I'm sending in are relatively rare covers, that 2 of which came from Desmond, who brought them back from Comic-Con this year. There is a Space Usagi cover that she did, a new Usagi Yojimbo series. That's pretty neat so far. Another one is one of the tie-ins for Marvel's current giant event crossover, Avengers versus X-Men versus the Eternals. It's a really cool cover that she did for one of these series. And then finally, an issue of X-Men #1, the new series, obviously, featuring a cover she did with Polaris from the Marvel Unlimited app subscription. So if you get the Marvel Unlimited app and pay the yearly fee, not month to month, they'll send you a care package with like, mine had a couple of rare variant covers and a Kitty Pryde action figure. So one of those was a Peach Momoko cover, and I'm going to go ahead and send that in. And I'm hoping that it comes back with a high grade, because I've seen something similar on eBay for upwards of $500, and that would kind of make me happy. So those got sent off a few weeks ago. The signing is at the end of the month, and then it's going to be 6 to 8 weeks after that I'll hear anything back from them. Probably 9 to 10 weeks before they actually show up at the house. So fingers crossed, hope I get some good grades. Yesterday was the Scottish Festival here in town out at Kearney Park, so we went to check that out. We've gone the last couple years. It's a lot of fun. It's a little pricey for what there is to do, but you know, it's a good way to get out of the house on a Saturday. We brought Maybe along with us this time, and as usual, she acted really good. She's a good outside dog, but once the cannon started being fired, she freaked out and was ready to call it a day. And luckily by that time we were too. So we headed home, and yeah, it scared the hell out of her. They were really loud, old, medieval cannons. While we were there, we got some food. The food truck lines there are usually pretty long, and since yesterday was such a nice day, they were way long. We ended up getting in line for the fish and chips and bangers and mash cart. I got the fish and chips. Kristen got the bangers and mash. It was okay. The fish was just kind of bland. It definitely needed some tartar sauce, but it needed some salt at the very least. We got to see a little of the medieval fighting. Well, I say medieval fighting, but it's a bunch of guys in medieval armor trying to knock each other down to the ground with, blunt axes and shields and stuff. It's a lot of fun to watch. Very visceral. I usually get a lot of good footage, but I was trying to corral Maybe the whole time, so I really couldn't get any good video this time, and that's about when she starts freaking out anyway, so maybe next year. Other than that, the festival's a lot of fun. You can see some Scottish Highland games. They do stuff like scotch and whiskey tasting. You can track down your Scottish heritage, at any number of different booths. Kristen knows which one she's affiliated with, but it's a lot of fun. We like going. I'm not sure if I'll take Maybe with us again next year, but we shall see. So I finally got the Disney video edited and uploaded. If you haven't checked it out yet, I'd greatly appreciate it. I'm pretty happy with it. It turned out pretty good. As usual, there was a lot of footage to go through. I tend to shoot a lot with multiple cameras, so, all that stuff has to be viewed and pre-edited and then dropped in, and it's a process. And the reason I'm doing it is to learn how to do it, and because I'm learning how to do it as I go, it's very slow going. And there's there's the issue of time and motivation, which sometimes are not on my side. But regardless, the Disney video is done. The 2 accompanying videos for the electrical light parade and the World of Color light show over in California Adventure. So if you could check those out, leave me a like and a comment, that would be great. Really appreciate it. If you know anything about video editing and you can offer any suggestions, I'm always open to that too. Please and thank you. So as far as personal updates, I guess that's pretty much it. I'm still out from work recovering. I'll be off work until October 3rd, and then it'll be back full time and back to the grind. No more medical leave after that. So I'm kind of looking forward to it. It'll be nice to get back to normalcy, but taking time off has been nice. And of course, because I'm outside recording, there have been a few trains. Here is an Amtrak that just went by. As I was saying, thank you for watching. I truly appreciate it. Sometimes I ramble, and the stuff I ramble about is barely interesting to very few people. So for those of you who do listen and watch, I appreciate it. Let me know you're there. Give me a like, hit subscribe, leave a comment, and I'll keep going. Thanks again, everyone. Enjoy the end of summer finally.